Hi, it's time for a weekly update. This week I'm going to try and do something a bit fancy and make it like a sort of vlog with some music. So just to report back, in the last week, it's another short week because it was my birthday yesterday. So I've worked 28 hours. So here we can see lots of admin changes. I have been hacking away at, well, it's mostly marketing here, isn't it? So I did actually put out 2 blog posts this week, which you can see at goodtohear.co.uk. One of them was going to be an email, but basically what happened was I wanted to, you know this thing that pops up, I wanted to have a little like why listen to me and just sort of say, okay, well, this is what happened to me, this is why, I have been through stuff and this is what I've been through. So I've sort of talked about that. So if you want to know what's behind all this interest in mood tracking and things, and this is the place to go. But I also wrote a big blog post with some fun images from Upload about privacy and how changes respect and how I'm doing all this stuff around privacy. A bit of Trafalgar Square for you there, not Trafalgar, Piccadilly. We went for a walk through London, so I've just done these little vignettes, probably with the music way too loud. I recorded a bit of music for each one. But anyway, what else on changes? I did some stuff around the big chart. So now I am going to launch the simulator, which I probably should have launched earlier. While we're doing that, let's just have a look at some of this. I'll scroll through this for a bit. Oh, it booted up pretty quickly. Okay, so here's changes. So what I did was I've got this chart here, and I've just been trying. It's like you sort of expect to be able to pinch it, zoom it, all these things. In the end, I settled on this interaction. So each change kind of highlights its region in the chart, and that is about it for now, because I just realized, like most people, this is 10 years of data I've got here. So I just think most people are not going to have 10 years of data straight away. So I should probably make it work for people with a couple of months of data until I can sell enough apps that, people have been using it for longer. So this is, this CPU, it's actually smoother on the device than it is on the simulator. But yeah, I kind of figured out that little animation, that thing. That was another little bit of, that was Trafalgar Square that time. So done good though. It's been a big week for done good, which is what we're looking at here. So this is my task tracker, and I've finally started using it for tracking my tasks this week. So instead of being in Coda as it was before, this is now rendered out by my new app that I am hoping to let other people start using. So Ivanka's had a go at it. Basically, you sort of set up your task list, but then it just shows you each one at a time. You can allocate how much time you want to spend on each task and switch between them. But ultimately, no, we just did that actually. So that does that, and then show progress of current task. That's not right. Let's go back to reporting because that's what we're working on right now. So there's the mailing list update. I think so. Let's say we're working on that. So we've done that, and then. Actually, all I need is, so I've done these, I assembled these London videos, that's done. And now I'm working on this, the Good to Hear update video. I should have probably said that before, but just coming back to here. So you can see done good, we've done, it's basically been interspersed throughout everything else. But I'm quite excited about it. It's, it's much more complicated than I was imagining it was going to be, typically enough. I think I underplayed. So this is Coda. I think in my mind I sort of forgot that when I was imagining building it, that I'd sort of forgot that this is sort of like a whole database editor UI that I've been sort of leaning on. But to be honest, like, it is coming together. It's coming together. So that's looped. That was Chinatown, Empty. The podcast was on... What was the podcast on? grandpodcast.com. It was on... You can go to grandpodcast.com and subscribe. On fact checking. Trump's had a bit of a week. I mean, this is before all the... the madness, but we recorded this one last Friday, which was after, in the midst of the whole Twitter thing, but before he started going completely off the rails about Antifa and all this. So, but I think we got some interesting stuff about how to systematically approach fact checking, and we went through an article that someone wrote on LinkedIn where he'd sort of said, oh, it's good intentions but the wrong approach, and we just talked about how yes, but if you had done the right approach, you would have probably caused even more damage. But go and have a listen to that if you're interested. And yeah. So yeah, that'll do you for this week, and I'll see you next time. And if you're not on the newsletter, get on the newsletter, and all of that. Bye.